Good afternoon. Am I audible? ठीक है. So let us first take doubts. होमवर्क क्या दिया था मैंने? बुकलेट FBO 37 to 49, FBS 5 to 16. ठीक है. So let us take first booklet doubts. One second. Atomic lecture 15, lecture 14. FBO doubts. बोलो. Question number 40, 46. Any more doubt between 37 to 49? 40 is doubt, 46 is doubt, 48 is doubt. ठीक है. 43 is also doubt. Anya has a doubt. Let me discuss it one by one. 1 second. पहले क्वेश्चन नंबर 40 करते हैं. अवंती को डाउट है क्वेश्चन नंबर 40 में. Let us do question number 40 first. Anya also has a doubt on question number 40. 1 second. So when an electron makes a transition from n plus 1 state to nth state, frequency of the radiations is related to n according to n greater than according to, and n is much greater than 1. Okay, let us solve question number 40. Red color I will not use. Okay, fine. I'll use, I think red is not very legible on the dark background. 40, 46, 48, and 43. I think this is, 1 second. I will also increase the font size. 40, 46, 48, and 40, 46, 48. पहले इतना करते हैं. So when an electron makes a transition from n plus 1th state to nth state, okay, so we have to find out frequency. So let us first find out the energy. Energy corresponding to this transition will be, delta E will be equal to En plus 1 minus En. This is equal to E naught into Z square. Okay, 1 by n square minus 1 by n plus 1 का whole square. ऑप्शंस देखते हैं. ऑप्शंस में आर के टर्म्स में दिया हुआ है, रीडबक्स के टर्म्स में दिया हुआ है. ठीक है. तो let us write in terms of r, we'll get 1 by lambda is equal to r into z square 1 upon n plus 1 whole square. Sorry, it will be equal to 1 by n square minus 1 by n plus 1 का whole square. ठीक है. तो frequency is equal to c by lambda is equal to rc into z square 1 upon n square minus 1 by n plus 1 का whole square. इसको सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे. This comes out to be excuse me, n plus 1 whole square minus n square upon n square into n plus 1 ka whole square. This is equal to r into c into z square. This comes out to be n square plus 2n plus 1 minus n square upon n square by n plus 1 ka whole square. This n square cancel. This comes out to be CRZ square into 2n plus 1 upon n square into n plus 1 का whole square. This is frequency. ठीक है, अभी एक अप्रोक्सीमेशन देखो यहाँ पे हम यूज करेंगे. यहाँ तक क्लियर है सबको? Next we'll use an approximation. It is given that n is much greater than 1. So as देखो, as n is much greater than 1, we can say that n plus 1 is approximately equal to n, and 2n plus 1 is approximately equal to 2n. If n is very large, suppose n is 1000, 1000 plus 1 is 1001, which is approximately 1000. Okay, when n is very large, n is 100, 100 plus 1, 101 is very close to 100. So when we add a small quantity to a very large quantity, the small quantity has a negligible effect on the larger quantity. So during addition or subtraction, we can ignore the smaller quantity if it is very small with respect to the larger quantity. Okay. यहाँ पे this the answer is based on this approximation. As n is much greater than 1, n plus 1 is approximately equal to n. 2n plus 1 is approximately equal to 2, and let us put these values. We'll get nu is equal to CR z square into 2n plus 1 था, 2n plus 1 को हम approximately 2n लिख लेंगे, और नीचे n square into n plus 1 का whole square था, तो ये n square into n square आ जाएगा. This comes out to be 2CR z square upon n cube. The frequency is equal to 2CR z square upon n cube. कौन सा ऑप्शन आ जाएगा ये 40 का? क्वेश्चन नंबर 40 का आई थिंक ए ऑप्शन. इज दिस क्लियर टू ऑल? अवंती समझा? यस. Anya, understood? Understood this doubt? Good. फोर्टी थ्री भी डाउट था क्या किसी को? इज 43 ऑल्सो अ डाउट? टर्न करूं पेज? नोट कर लिया? So 40 is done. Now we will do question number 43. Question 43. An excited state of hydrogen atom emits a photon of wavelength lambda and returns to the ground state. The principal quantum number of the excited state. Okay. Electron is present in nth excited state. It goes to the ground state and it emits a photon of lambda. We'll get 1 by lambda. आंसर आर के टर्म्स में देना है r इंटू जेड स्क्वायर. हाइड्रोजन आइटम के लिए z का वैल्यू 1, ठीक है, इंटू 1 by 1 square minus 1 by n square. ठीक है, so we'll have to write n in terms of lambda. So this is 1 by lambda is equal to r. This comes out to be 1 minus 1 by n square, to n square minus 1 by n square. Okay, this comes out to be 1 by lambda r is equal to, एक second, इसको ऐसे ही रन देते हैं. This is 1 upon lambda is equal to r 1 minus 1 by n square. Okay, so we'll get 1 upon lambda r is equal to 1 minus 1 by n square. यहाँ से हम further solve करेंगे, so we will get 1 by n square is equal to 1 minus 1 by lambda r. So 1 upon n square is equal to lambda r minus 1 by lambda r. So n square is equal to lambda r upon lambda r minus 1. So n is equal to root under lambda r upon lambda r minus 1. This is the answer. कौन सा ऑप्शन आएगा? बी ऑप्शन. क्लियर है क्वेश्चन नंबर 43? अच्छा 45 भी बताना है. टर्न करूं पेज? Question number 45. Which electronic transition in a hydrogen atom starting from n equal to 7 will produce infrared light of wavelength 2170 nanometers? ठीक है, तो n2 is equal to 7 दिया हुआ है, n1 का वैल्यू निकालना है, and wavelength is given as 2170 nanometers. ठीक है, तो we'll put 1 by lambda is equal to r into z square 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Okay, let us put the values. This is which atom? Hydrogen atom. R is 2170 nanometer. 1 nanometer is 10 raised to minus 9 meters. Centimeters में अगर निकालेंगे, so this becomes equal to 10 raised to minus 7 centimeters. R का वैल्यू 109677 centimeter inverse into z square 1 square 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Let us find out this value. So this is 1 upon 2170 into 109677 into 10 to the power minus 7. n1 square minus 1 by 49. Okay, so let us find out this value. 2170 into 109677. This comes out to be 23.799. 1 by 23.799 is equal to 1 by n1 square minus 1 by 49. ठीक है, 1 by n1 square is equal to, इसको approximately लिख सकते हैं 23.8 लिख लो. Let us write this as 23.8. 1 upon n1 square is equal to nine plus 23.8 divided by 49. And 1 square is equal to n1 square is equal to 16, n1 is equal to 4, 7 to 4. कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा लेंदी है यहाँ पर. थोड़ा शॉर्ट कैसे कर सकते हैं हम, हमें हिट एंड ट्रायल करना पड़ेगा, मतलब एक एक ऑप्शन वेरीफाई करके चेक करना पड़ेगा. 7 to 6 का वेवलेंथ निकाल लो, 7 to 5 का वेवलेंथ निकाल लो. आई थिंक थोड़ा कैलकुलेशन कम आएगा उसमें, तो ठीक है, इतना ही आ जाएगा ऑलमोस्ट. क्लियर है वीरो के? टर्न करूं पेज? Next we'll do question number 46. A hydrogen atom sample in the ground state is excited by monochromatic radiation of wavelength lambda. The resulting spectrum consists of maximum 15 different lines. Okay. Let us understand this question. A hydrogen sample is first excited. Okay. It will be excited to nth state, suppose. Okay. Be hydrogen atom is in ground state, n equal to 1. Electron ground state pe a monochromatic light of wavelength lambda is incident on it, and using that wavelength it is excited to nth level. Okay. It goes to the highest level n. n का value हमें निकालना है. कैसे निकालेंगे? Once it is excited to the nth level, the excited sample emits 15 different spectral lines. दिया हुआ है. Excited sample, the resulting spectrum consists of 15 different spectral lines. That means excited sample emits 15 different spectral lines. यहाँ से n का वैल्यू निकाल सकते हैं. नंबर ऑफ लाइंस का फॉर्मूला होता है नंबर ऑफ लाइंस between a higher orbit, higher state, nth state to first orbit to ground state. Formula is n into n minus 1 by 2. यहाँ पे आ जाएगा n into n minus 1 by 2 is equal to 15. n into n minus 1 is equal to 30. तो n is equal to 6 आ गया. अगर n का वैल्यू 6 आ गया तो we'll get 1 by lambda is equal to r into z square. It is hydrogen atom. 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 6 square. 1 minus 1 by 36, 35 by 36 r. निकालना क्या है इसमें? लैम्डा का वैल्यू निकालना है. तो लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू 36 by 35 r. ठीक है, r का अप्रोक्सीमेट वैल्यू लेंगे तो 36 by 35 into 1.1 into 10 to the power 7. तो आ जाएगा ये 36 by 38.5 into 10 raised to minus 7 meters. 3600 by 38.5 nanometers. approximate value 93.5 nanometers. और 935 nanometer, 935 angstrom. ये जो वैल्यू आता है approximately, this value is approximately 93.5 nanometers. Is approximately 935 angstrom. तो कौन सा ऑप्शन बहुत क्लोज है? 937 वाला बहुत क्लोज है, तो विल मार्क द आंसर एज ए. आंसर इज ए. अंडरस्टूड अवंती? 46 क्वेश्चन समझा? गुड. नेक्स्ट कौन सा है? 48. 48 भी किसी ने पूछा था ना. 48 तो बहुत आसान है. 48 किसको डाउट है? If lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda 3 is the wavelength of the photon corresponding to first, second line of Balmer series and first and second Lyman series and first Balmer series. ठीक है, करते हैं. 48 किसका डाउट था वैसे? अच्छा, 48 किसी को डाउट नहीं. गुड गुड, ठीक है. तो FBO is done. No other doubt in FBO. FBS. Okay, now let us discuss FBS. FBS में क्या दिया था मैंने होमवर्क? 5 to 16 ना. FBS का होमवर्क क्या था? 5 to 16. यस. FBS में 13th 14th में डाउट है. नहीं, 13th नहीं करेंगे अभी. एक सेकंड देखने दो मुझे. थ्रेशोल्ड वेवलेंथ ऑफ फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट. फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट है, अभी नहीं करेंगे. We have not yet done calculations of photoelectric effect. Let us skip for this for now. What's else? Photoelectric effect का question let us skip for now. ठीक है. 14 देखते हैं. One of the series of hydrogen spectrum can be represented as. तो ये किस सीरीज की बात कर रहा है बता? फॉर्मूला देख के समझ आ रहा है कौन सा सीरीज है ये? This is talking about, definitely talking about Lyman series. क्योंकि N1 का वैल्यू 1 है और N2 का वैल्यू it ranges from 2, 3, 4, 5. तो कैलकुलेट द मैक्सिमम एंड मिनिमम वेवलेंथ ऑफ लाइंस इन दिस सीरीज. किया है हमने. लाइमन सीरीज का मिनिमम वेवलेंथ और मैक्सिमम वेवलेंथ कैलकुलेट किया है. मिनिमम वेवलेंथ इज अराउंड 91 नैनोमीटर, मैक्सिमम वेवलेंथ इज अराउंड 121 नैनोमीटर. ठीक है. फिर इन व्हाट पोर्शन ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम दिस सीरीज लाइज इन द अल्ट्रावायलेट रीजन. क्या डाउट क्या है इसमें? व्हाट्स है? सीरीज आइडेंटिफाई करने में प्रॉब्लम हुई क्या? ऐसा आइडेंटिफाई किया हमने. न्यू बार इज इक्वल टू r इंटू जेड स्क्वायर 1/n1 स्क्वायर माइनस 1/n2 स्क्वायर. ठीक है. इसको r का वैल्यू तो पता ही है अपने को, अराउंड 1.09677 इंटू 10 टू द पावर 7. z का वैल्यू हाइड्रोजन एटम के लिए 1, ये दिया हुआ 1 स्क्वायर माइनस ये 1 दिया हुआ है. 1 स्क्वायर क्या 1 ही दिया हुआ है. गिवन इज 1 माइनस n टू द पावर -2. तो ये 1 है और ये n है, तो n1 का वैल्यू 1 आ गया. दैट मींस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट लाइमन सीरीज. क्लियर है ये क्वेश्चन ऑफ 14? and Lyman series belongs to the ultraviolet region. किया हमने ये क्लास में. Any other doubt in FBS? ठीक है. No other doubt in foundation builder subjective. Now let us discuss the assignment questions. One second. Assignment homework was section 3. Section 3 में 3.6. Number of visible lines when an electron jumps from fifth orbit to ground state in hydrogen spectrum. When an electron jumps from fifth orbit to ground state in hydrogen spectrum. तो 3 ये असाइनमेंट के डाउट्स लेते हैं अभी. When electron jumps from fifth orbit to ground state, तो उसमें कितने लाइंस तुम्हें विजिबल लाइन में मिलेंगे? विजिबल रेंज वाले लाइंस क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? 5 to 2 हो सकता है. We can have 4 to 2. We can have 3 to 2. We can have 3 lines in the Balmer series. So their answer will be 3. क्या डाउट इसमें वीरो को? Effectively, we have to check for the spectral lines in the Balmer series. There will be 3 lines in the Balmer series. Good. 3.6 is done. Next. Okay, no problem. Next. Read the question carefully. It's clearly saying that count the lines in the visible region. We do not have to count the total number of lines. Total number of lines is definitely 10, but number of lines in the visible region will only be the lines in the Balmer series. There will be only 3 lines in the Balmer series in this spectrum. Okay. Next. Any other doubt? Okay, no other doubt. Let us continue with the theory part. लेक्चर 14 अभी यहाँ से स्टार्ट करते हैं. So we'll talk about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle first. Let us write the principle first. it is impossible to determine the exact position and the exact momentum of any particle simultaneously. किसी भी पार्टिकल के लिए उसकी एग्जैक्ट पोजीशन और उसकी एग्जैक्ट स्पीड साइमल्टेनियसली डिटरमाइन कर पाना पॉसिबल नहीं है. If we try to measure the position with certainty, there will be some uncertainty in its speed or momentum. If we try to measure the speed with certainty, there will be some uncertainty in its position. तो simultaneously दोनों चीजें एक साथ accurately measure कर पाना possible नहीं है. It is impossible to determine the exact position, accurate position, and the exact momentum of any particle simultaneously. Mathematically, we write it as, this principle is mathematically written as delta x into delta p is greater than equal to h by 4 pi, where delta x is the uncertainty in measurement of position, simply we'll write it as uncertainty in position, and delta p is uncertainty in momentum. If delta x is low, if we try to reduce the uncertainty in position, if delta x decreases, मतलब position accuracy के साथ measure करना, मतलब uncertainty को कम करना है. If we try to reduce the uncertainty in position, the uncertainty in momentum will increase. If we try to reduce the uncertainty in momentum, the uncertainty in position will increase. तो दोनों में ही कुछ ना कुछ error आता है. एक कम करने की कोशिश करेंगे, दूसरे का error बढ़ेगा, दूसरा कम करने की कोशिश करेंगे, पहले का error बढ़ेगा. ठीक है. So the minimum values of uncertainty in position and uncertainty in momentum will be equal to h by 4 pi. You can say that for minimum delta x and delta p, or the minimum product of delta x into delta p will be equal to h by 4 pi. Delta x into delta p इसका जो minimum value है will be equal to h by 4 pi. So generally mathematical calculations में, questions में, ठीक है, we have to find out the uncertainty in position if uncertainty in momentum is given. We have to find out the uncertainty in momentum if uncertainty in position is given, or vice versa. We will use this formula, we'll use this equality, delta x into delta p is equal to h by 4 pi. ठीक है, तो कुछ modified forms देखो. ठीक है, you can modify it in various forms. Delta p can be written as m delta v is greater than equal to h by 4 pi, which is delta x into delta v is greater than equal to h by 4 pi m. Okay, this is modified form of the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. नोट कर लो जल्दी से. So sorry. Am I audible now? Sorry. How much you could not hear? Previous page you could hear? Okay, this question. Okay, fine. Sorry. It's just a question. For a ball of mass 100 grams, its speed is measured to be 10 meter per second. Okay, with uncertainty of 2%, find the minimum uncertainty in its position. So delta V, the uncertainty in position, is given as 2% of the total speed. 2% of total speed V, it will be 0.2 meter per second. So delta V comes out to be 0.2 meter per second. Mass of the ball is given as 100 grams. So it is 0.1 kg. We'll apply the formula delta X into delta V is equal to H by 4 pi M. So delta X is equal to H by 4 pi M delta V. We'll calculate the value of delta X. Delta X comes out to be 2.63 into 10 raised to minus 33 meters, which is very, very small with respect to the exact position of the ball. Suppose we are studying the position of the ball in a cricket field whose radius is 70 meters. If the radius is 70 meters, so the position with respect to, if we consider origin to be the center of the field, सेंटर ऑफ द फील्ड पे ओरिजिन ले लेंगे तो बॉल का पोजीशन हम स्पेसिफाई करेंगे इट इज एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ 20 meters from the center or 30 meters from the center or 40 meters from the center, and the uncertainty is how much? 10 raised to minus 33 meters. So this uncertainty is very, very small with respect to the actual position of the ball. It is almost zero. 10 raised to minus 33 is not something which we can मान लो किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट का पोजीशन 10 मीटर्स है और 10 प्लस 10 रेज टू माइनस 33 मीटर्स है, दोनों के बीच में तो कोई डिफरेंस दिखेगा ही नहीं हमें. Try and understand what I'm speaking first. ठीक है, try and understand what I'm speaking first. So even if speed is very high, सपोज करो मैं स्पीड की वैल्यू बहुत हाई ले लेता हूँ, ये v का वैल्यू 10 की जगह सपोज मैं 10 to the power 6 ले लेता हूँ. सपोज not possible, we are talking about practical speeds here. 10 to the power 6 is very, very high. उतनी स्पीड से बॉल नहीं फेंक सकते हम, एक मशीन से भी नहीं फेंक सकते. ठीक है, तो let us think practically. नॉर्मली क्रिकेट बॉल में वी टॉक अबाउट कि बॉलिंग की कितनी स्पीड होती है, तो 100 किलोमीटर 100 माइल्स पर आवर इज अ मतलब बैरियर. बहुत कम बॉलर्स ने इस बैरियर को ब्रेक किया है. ठीक है, टेनिस में, लॉन टेनिस में हम सर्व की स्पीड्स मेजर करते हैं. सर्व की स्पीड्स 140 150 माइल्स पर आवर तक भी रिकॉर्डेड है. ठीक है, आई एम नॉट श्योर द फास्टेस्ट स्पीड, बट शायद 140 नहीं है, 120 है, 130 है. तो 120 130 miles per hour is around 170 kilometers per hour, 180 kilometers per hour ऐसा. So such are the speeds we are talking about. So practically 10 to the power 6 meter per second की speeds नहीं होती है. We don't have objects which are traveling at such high speeds. ठीक है, तो प्रैक्टिकल स्पीड्स की वैल्यूज लेंगे तो मैंने 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड 100 मीटर पर सेकेंड लेंगे तो वैल्यूज लेने पे जो अनसर्टेनिटी की पोजीशन है उसकी वैल्यू थोड़ी बहुत चेंज होगी. सपोज ये 10 to the power 6 है, सपोज दिस इज 10 to the power 6, तो ये आ जाएगा अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2.63 into 10 raised to minus 28 meters. Then also it is very, very small. If the speed was 10 to the power 6, then also uncertainty in position is very, very small. So we can fairly assume that even for very fast moving tennis balls, even for very fast moving balls, this uncertainty principle does not result in significant results. ठीक है, इट इज ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट ऑफ नो प्रैक्टिकल सिग्निफिकेंस। ठीक है, क्लियर है ये 10⁶ मैंने बस एक्सप्लेनेशन के लिए बताया। प्रैक्टिकली द स्पीड्स आर 10, 20, 40, नॉट मोर देन 100। ठीक, उससे ज्यादा स्पीड्स पे हम ऑब्जेक्ट्स की बात नहीं करते। Definitely smaller particles such as electrons, we can have electrons traveling at speeds of 10⁶ meter per second, but not the larger particles which we use or which we observe in our daily lives. ठीक है? Okay, I'll give you the summary of the formula sheet. Actually, I advise students to make a formula sheet themselves because it will help in their revision. ठीक है, तो अभी 9th-10th से हम लोग 11th-12th में आ गए, तो वो स्पून फीडिंग की हैबिट अभी बंद करनी पड़ेगी। आन्या, डेफिनेटली आई कैन मेक दैट फॉर यू, बट आई विल एडवाइस कि हाँ, आर्यमान गुड। देखो, फॉर्मूला समरी इज वेरी वेरी यूजफुल फॉर एवरी चैप्टर ऑफ फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री। इट इज टू बी डन एंड आई वुड एक्सपेक्ट यू टू डू इट। ठीक है, I have short notes and formula summary for each and every chapter. If I share it, you will not do it. Okay? If you will not do it, it will not help you. Okay? So the point is, okay, the more and more you do it on your own, this summary, देखो, what I am here for you, I'll guide you what to do, what not to do. Okay? I'll be guiding to solve the tougher questions. Okay? I'll be guiding you to understand the theory part. Okay? But these things which can be done on your own, you should try and do it on your own. When you find some difficulty, then you can talk to me. ठीक है, तो ट्राई एंड डू इट ऑन योर ओन। बट ठीक है, मैं एक समरी शेयर कर दूंगा, बट आई स्टिल एडवाइज यू टू डू इट ऑन योर ओन बिकॉज इट विल हेल्प यू इन कीपिंग अ ट्रैक, कीपिंग अ मेमोरी ऑफ ऑल दिस। ठीक है, तो मैं बस एक पॉइंट इलस्ट्रेट कर रहा था इस एग्जांपल से, ये पॉइंट लिख लेते हैं हम। और larger objects such as a cricket ball or a tennis ball, the uncertainty principle is of no significance. ठीक है, अभी एक और क्वेश्चन करते हैं अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल से। फाइंड द अनसर्टेनिटी in position of an electron whose speed is 2 into 10⁶ meter per second with an uncertainty of 1%. Speed is 2 into 10⁶ meter per second with an uncertainty of 1%. What is the value of mass of an electron? We'll need this to solve the problem. Mass of electron मैंने लिखाया है, बताओ. What is the value of mass of an electron? (9.11 into 10⁻31 kg). 9.109, approximate value of the mass of electron is 9.109 into 10⁻31 kg. Now put these values and find the minimum uncertainty in position. Whenever it is the uncertainty in position, it is actually the minimum uncertainty. ट्राई करो। फटाफट कैलकुलेट करते हैं ये। डेल्टा x इज इक्वल टू h by 4 pi m delta v. Let us put the values. 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34. 4 into 3.14 into 9.109 into 10 raised to minus 31 into delta v will be 2 into 10 to the power 6 into 1% into 1 by 100. So this comes out to be 10 raised to minus 3, 6.626 upon 4 into 3.14 into 9.109 into 2 to 10 raised to minus 7 आ जाएगा ये। So this comes out to be, एक second, let's find out this value approximately. This is 0.0289 into 10 raised to minus 7 meters. 2.89 into 10 raised to minus 9 meters. 2.89 nanometers, 28.9 angstrom. Now let us understand the significance of this. Let's understand the significance of this. Electron कहाँ present होता है? Electron is present inside an atom. ठीक है? Atom का जो radius होता है, it is of the order of some angstrom, 1 angstrom, 2 angstrom, 3 angstrom. The position of electron is somewhere between the nucleus and the boundary of the atom. Atom की जो boundary है, it has a radius of around 2, 3, 4 angstroms. The atom is located within a distance of 2, 3, 4 angstrom from the nucleus of the atom. The position of the electron is expressed in a few angstrom. Electron is at a distance of 1.2 angstrom from the nucleus. It's a distance of 4 angstrom from the nucleus, or 3 angstrom from the nucleus. And the uncertainty is how much? And the uncertainty is 28 angstrom. अगर actual distance हमने 3 measure किया है और उसमें uncertainty 28 है, तो actual position में भी 31 angstrom also, 3 plus 28 हो सकता है, क्योंकि uncertainty is 28. So this uncertainty is very, very high with respect to the position of electron. ठीक है? Electron का actual position भी angstrom में measure करते हैं, and the uncertainty is also in angstrom. Therefore, we say that uncertainty in measurement of position is very high, ठीक है, for the electron. So therefore, uncertainty principle is very significant for subatomic particles such as electrons. आ रहा है समझ में? ठीक है, टर्न करूं पेज? So we'll say that this is very significant with respect to the position, with respect to actual position of electron. As it is very significant, its value is comparable with the position of the electron. We'll say that Heisenberg's uncertainty principle becomes very significant for smaller particles, smaller and fast moving subatomic particles such as electrons. Clear है ये? Understood everyone? We'll write this point. The uncertainty principle is very important for subatomic particles such as electrons. Protons, neutrons, etc. ठीक है? Another form of uncertainty principle. ये मैं derive करता हूँ delta x into delta p is greater than equal to h by 4 pi और इसको मैं दूसरे फॉर्म में लिखता हूँ डेल्टा x into delta p 4 divide by delta t multiply by delta t. डेल्टा p by delta t को हम फोर्स लिख सकते हैं f delta x into delta t. F delta x can be represented as the work done which gets stored as potential energy. ठीक है? So this can be written as equal to delta E into delta T, where delta E represents the total energy, uncertainty in the total energy. So another form of uncertainty principle is delta E into delta T is greater than equal to h by 4 pi. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट मतलब है डेल्टा ई और डेल्टा टी का. डेल्टा ई is the uncertainty in energy of a particular energy level. Delta T refers to the time uncertainty in time कौन सा time? The time which electron spends at that energy level. Different energy level पे electron may spend different times. ठीक है? एक particular energy level पे electron ज़्यादा time तक रह सकता है, एक particular energy level पे electron कम time तक. Normally, electron has greatest tendency to lie in the ground state. So at higher states, at excited states, electrons are not very stable. They tend to fall back to the ground state, and they tend to remain for a very short duration, okay, in a particular energy level. Uncertainty in time, okay, for which uncertain time for which electron spends at that energy level is delta T. Uncertainty in energy of that particular energy level is delta E. So another form of uncertainty principle is delta E into delta T is greater than equal to H/4 pi. Clear है ये? Understood? Turn करूं page? Next देखो. We'll talk about dual nature of matter. de Broglie's hypothesis. So even matter has some wave nature. So we have talked about dual nature of radiations, dual nature of light. Light has wave nature as well as particle nature. So similar to that, even matter is shown to have some wave nature. It is found that even electrons show diffraction. Electrons show diffraction, and diffraction is a phenomenon which can be explained only by the wave nature. This is shown by an experiment known as Davison-Germer experiment. ये experiment physics में, modern physics में पढ़ना है. ठीक है, तो we are not talking about this, we are not studying this here. Okay. So it is found that even electrons show diffraction. Okay. So this is an evidence for wave nature in electrons. There's an evidence for wave nature in electrons. Okay. So what is de Broglie's hypothesis? Let us discuss the de Broglie's hypothesis. De Broglie's hypothesis is based on the Einstein's equation and the Planck's quantum theory. E is equal to mc square is the Einstein's equation. Okay. M is called the rest mass of the photon. E is energy of photon. C is the speed of light. Energy of photon. From the Planck's quantum theory, E is also equal to hc by lambda. इन दोनों को combine करेंगे तो we'll get hc by lambda is equal to mc square or lambda is equal to h upon mc. M is the mass, C is the speed. Mass into speed is momentum. Okay, this is valid for photons. ये photons के लिए हमने निकाला lambda is equal to mc, h by mc. A similar expression is valid for particles also. De Broglie used this hypothesis and said that a similar expression should also be valid for particles. Lambda for any particle can also be written as h upon its momentum. ये मैं नेक्स्ट पेज में लिख देता हूँ, इतना नोट कर लो इस पेज में. I'll write this in the next page. इतना पहले नोट कर लो. So we get mc square is equal to hc by lambda. We'll get lambda is equal to h upon mc is equal to h by p. This is valid for particles also. This equation is called de Broglie's equation. The wavelength associated with a particle can be calculated with this formula. Lambda is called the de Broglie wavelength. एक सेकेंड रुकना, मैं प्रीवियस पेज पे टर्न कर रहा हूँ. P is the linear momentum, which is equal to mass into velocity. ठीक है, ये प्रीवियस पेज एक बार फटाफट नोट कर लो. हो गया प्रीवियस पेज? अभी इधर नोट कर लो. इसके बहुत सारे डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स हैं. लैम्डा इन टर्म्स ऑफ काइनेटिक एनर्जी. We have kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. ऐसे v square is equal to 2ke upon m, और v is equal to root under 2ke upon m. Lambda is equal to h by mv, h by m into root under 2ke upon m, or we'll get lambda is equal to h by root under 2mke. This is also another expression for de Broglie wavelength. नोट कर लो जल्दी से. नेक्स्ट देखो, रन करूं? एक सेकंड रुकना। And modified and approximated formula for calculating wavelength of an electron in angstrom. Lambda for an electron in angstrom is approximately root under 150 upon kinetic energy in electron volts. 150 का स्क्वायर रूट अप्रोक्सीमेटली 12.3 आता है, तो 12.3 upon root under kinetic energy in electron volt. We can use this as an approximated formula to be used for calculating de Broglie wavelength of an electron. De Broglie wavelength of electron can be calculated by this formula. Only for an electron this formula is applicable. H is a constant, mass of electron का value भी पता है, वो value put करके we can approximately find out this formula. इसमें भी कुछ questions करते हैं. Find the de Broglie wavelength for following: a ball of mass 100 gram traveling at a speed of 10 meter per second. An electron traveling at a speed of 2 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. निकालो दोनों के लिए डी ब्रॉगली वेवलेंथ निकालो. देखो, तो फर्स्ट में कैलकुलेट करेंगे फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का सॉल्यूशन, लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू h अपॉन mv, ये 6.626 इंटू 10⁻⁻34, ठीक है। मास का वैल्यू इज 100 grams is 0.1 kg into 10. So this comes out to be 6.626 into 10⁻⁻34 meters. So this is very, very small. The wavelength for a particle, for a larger particle such as a ball, is around 10⁻⁻34 meters. It is very, very small with respect to its dimension. ठीक है, बॉल का डायमीटर अराउंड 5 सेंटीमीटर का बॉल है, 5 सेंटीमीटर द डायमीटर ऑफ द बॉल, और 5 to 6 centimeters. So 5-6 centimeters is around 10⁻⁻2 meters. 10⁻⁻2 meter उसके respect में wavelength कितना है? 10⁻⁻34 meters. So it's very, very small with respect to the actual size of the ball. It is ignorable. Now let us find out this de Broglie wavelength for an electron. ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रॉन के लिए कैलकुलेट करते हैं, ठीक है। If we calculate this for an electron, lambda is equal to h upon mv. H is 6.626 into 10⁻⁻34. Mass of electron is 9.109 into 10⁻⁻31, and speed is 2 into 10 to the power 6. ये 10 to the power -3 आ गया. So this comes out to be 6.626 upon 18.218 into 10⁻⁻9 meters. 66.26 upon 18.218 into 10⁻⁻10 meters. This comes out to be 6.26 upon around 3.63 angstrom. So this is a significant value. It is significant with respect to the position of electron. An electron is located inside an atom. It is located within a radius of 2, 3, 4 angstrom from the nucleus. And the wavelength is 3.6 angstrom. It is significant with respect to the actual position of electron. Therefore, even the de Broglie wavelength, similar to the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, even the de Broglie wavelength is significant only for smaller particles such as electrons. We will write this point. Even the de Broglie wavelength, or the de Broglie's hypothesis, is significant only for subatomic particles such as electrons. Clear है ये? ठीक है, हो गया। आज की क्लास के लिए हम इतना ही करते हैं। मैं होमवर्क थोड़ा सा देता हूँ तुम लोग को. वी कैन सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम de Broglie's hypothesis and the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. एक मिनट रुकना. Homework is FBO question 50 to 56. Assignment section 4, 4.1 to 4.13. ठीक है? Try and attempt. बहुत ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया हमने. नेक्स्ट क्लास में विल डू सॉल्व मोर क्वेश्चंस बेस्ड ऑन दिस. थोड़ा और कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा इन दो टॉपिक्स में. क्लियर है ये? I have uploaded lectures till lecture 13 on YouTube. You may watch. ठीक है, आज का लेक्चर भी मैं अपलोड कर दूंगा. चलो, थैंक यू एवरीवन. टेक केयर. हैव अ गुड डे. आई हैव शेयर्ड द लिंक. यूट्यूब चैनल का लिंक मैंने शेयर किया था, मैं वापस से शेयर कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, मैं वापस से शेयर कर दूंगा, डोंट वरी. चलो, थैंक यू. एंड कर रहा हूँ लेक्चर अभी.